Hey. Yo, welcome to another highly anticipated, emphasis on highly for obvious reasons, anticipated edition of the Culture Podcast. I've got a guest with me to my left. You know the vibe, you know the routine. If you're a guest here, you gotta introduce yourself, man. You gotta tell the people who you are. Whatever you want to tell them about who you are. This is your time.
Hey. My name is Moshcar, the real Kama Sutra, Mara City Makafeli, BlackSanta himself. Sporty, Bandana Mojega is my phone tag.
Okay. All right. I like that's an intro. That is an intro, man. That's some rap nigga shit.
That's some rap nigga shit.
So, Moshcar.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Culture Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here, finally. Before we go too far, we have this thing that we do. It's an icebreaker.
All right.
Just to make sure that, we're going to have a great convo, but this is just to make sure. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to ask you some questions for my deck of cards here. Right?
All right.
And you just got to give me your first instinctive answer.
All right.
All right. You hear a woman screaming in the car park behind your block of flats. Do you go to help?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You see a policeman in difficulty trying to arrest an unarmed man. Do you go and help the policeman?
No, fuck the popo.
Okay. I love it. You witness a car accident in which one party is clearly to blame. Do you stop and offer yourself as a witness even though you're late for an appointment?
No, me first.
Life goes on.
Life goes on, man. Tough luck, homie.
All right. Your elderly mother-in-law can no longer manage alone in her house and doesn't like nursing homes. Do you take her in?
Mother-in-law? Yes.
You take her in?
We take her in.
Okay. Okay.
We take her in.
Right.
We take her in.
I'm not going to ask any more questions. I feel like I have a general understanding of who you are, better understanding now. Moshcar, welcome again to the Culture Podcast, dog.
Thank you for having me.
Right off the bat, bro, I want to ask you, firstly, how did you get your name, Moshcar? And if it's not off limits, what is your actual name?
All right. My name is Letabo. My surname is Moche. So, growing up, there was a homie of mine, still a homie of mine, Socks. He had a cousin from Alex. I'm from the Bundus, by the way. So the homie used to come from Alex, and you know Alex people are big on slang.
Yeah.
So he would give us name. He called my homie Socks, he called him Sogi Taylor, and then he took my surname and he remixed it, like Moche, like Moshka. It was Moshka Droshka, but it was Moshka for the longest of time. It's not actually a name that I gave myself, and I've been Moshka since like 7, 8 years old. And I'm like, hey, this is unique. I'm the only Moshka I know, so let's go.
But does it have a meaning?
It doesn't have a meaning. It was just a remix of my surname, and we go.
Okay, that's cool. So you just took it from there and you decided to run with it?
Run with it.
Okay, all right, cool. So where does your journey begin as an artist? Did the nickname come before you had the desire to be an artist, or?
Yes,
Or
yes,
you-
of course. I've been Moshka before the music.
Okay.
The music, I'm not sure in what context I should start it in, but I've always been musical, you know. I've always been musical, singing in the bathroom, you know, church. And I always tell niggas.
Does singing in the bathroom count as being musical, though?
Yes, it does a lot.
Okay.
Because they're going to tell you if you should stop singing. If they don't tell you to stop singing, then
Okay.
you got something
Fair
going
enough,
on, you know?
fair enough.
And then it's church, you know, then it's quiet, school, and then you go on. But the rap, I properly met rap grade 7. That's 2009. Grade 7, 2009. And first song we recorded was in 2010 World Cup times. I remember me and my
Really?
homie
Was it a
Muti.
World Cup song?
No, no.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, we were very much pro era, Epso, Kendrick Lamar
Oh, that's
influence back in those
crazy.
days. You
That's
know,
crazy.
it was rapidly rap,
Rapidly raps, huh?
rapidly raps, backpack rap. You know,
Scaring the hoes.
you know. We was scaring we was definitely scaring the hoes.
Apparently, they don't like the rapidly
You know that
raps.
shit. You know that
But I
shit.
don't believe that. I feel like rapidly raps only scare, and I'm not being judgmental about gender-wise, but it only scares dumb hoes.
Damn.
Rapidly raps only scares dumb hoes, bro. And that's male or female or anything else.
Yes.
If you don't like
Yeah.
rapidly raps, bro,
Cause
You must be down.
that's a high end art form, you know.
Yeah,
Rapidly
dog.
rap is very high end.
Yeah,
Cause
you have
the
to
people
have
that do
taste.
rapidly rap, they don't get it off the bat. It's something that it's a craft of some sort. It's a craft. It's a
So
craft.
you were inspired by those rapidly raps of pro
yeah,
era.
that's what was bringing up back in those days. You know, your Mac Millers, your Method Technique was big that time. It didn't inspire me, but he was big. You know, pro era. Mutu will tell you this. Pro era inspired us a lot. You
So
know,
who
high
was-
school.
Who was your first favorite rapper?
First favorite rapper. Let me think. T.I.
Oh shit!
T.I.
Yo,
T.I.
fuck, that's
was my
crazy,
favorite.
bro.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't rate T.I. as a spitter, dog. Yo, T.I. is in my top 10. I don't know about you guys, but T.I. is in my top 10.
Top 10. Lately he's been in WAG, so I took him out. He don't qualify no more. He don't qualify.
Okay, all right. But back then,
Back then, of course. For
do you
the
remember which
longest.
song particularly inspired you?
Not Live Your Life, I'm lying.
That's a good one.
What you know about that? What you know?
Yo. There's no way you were not gonna be moved by that.
And his verse
shit,
on
dog.
Swagger Like Us.
Yo.
His verse on Swagger Like
in
Us.
that company.
Yo.
in that company, bro, and
he
he
held
had-
it down. He
I-
was the real king of the song. He
Yes,
still
yes,
is, man.
yes,
He still
yes.
is. You
Yo,
know?
T.I., bro.
T.I.
That's
was-
what I'm saying, man. I feel like niggas underrate T.I., dog. Like,
Bro.
he really is a super fire spitter from his first album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about pushing the pen while keeping it like commercial.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why I liked him, because
Yeah.
especially when I found out there's T.I. and T.I.P. and there's the same person, I'm like, why does he? And then you get to get the story behind. I don't know if it was cap or what, but you're like,
Yeah.
there's actually that. You can distinguish between being who you are in the street
Yeah.
and who you are when you get into those offices,
Yeah.
Rock Nation, whatever he was signed to.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
yeah.
I can't leave that. I need that for the homies, but I need that for the whole world.
Yeah,
And that's how
yeah.
he crossed over to us as
Yeah.
T.I., not T.I.P.
Yeah.
I loved him for that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I never thought I would meet someone who's got that passion for T.I. like I do,
Yo.
dog. Like, for real.
We used to give each other names, man. Not give. We used to pick a rap. Obviously, we don't want to be Lil Wayne in those times. And I found T.I. I'm like, I'm gonna be T.I. And I'm like, let me go listen to T.I. And like, yo, and like, what you know about? I'm like, what is this? What is this?
But what about locally at the time? Because that's 2010, right? 2010 was the like a good time at the beginning of the peak of hip hop, man. In SA, yeah.
Momoli, locally it was Momoli me because of the pen as well.
Momolemi, okay.
Yeah, because he speaks my native
Yeah,
language,
yeah.
and he was speaking some.
Grown
He made me
shit.
feel like I'm a young boy. There's a lot I need to know.
Yeah,
I think I like him for that.
yeah,
I'm not sure if
yeah.
it was my favorite. Yeah, but he was a big influence. Him, WHP. But I want to be honest with you, you know. This is actually something interesting. Where I grew up in the Bundu, we're not exposed to hip hop like that.
Wait. Where's the Bundu?
Bundus Marapyane. Marapyane is just
Marapyane,
it's
here.
Yeah, you know.
I
like
know Marapyane.
2 hours from here.
I used to work close to Siabusa.
Yes, now
Yeah.
we are there, you know. So we're not exposed to culture like that. If I
Okay.
knew hip hop, it was from Trace or
Yeah.
SABC One.
Yeah.
But what we did know is house music. House music. Even if you go today, anything that's popping, Marapyane has the freshest sound.
Okay.
We call it Kwabokota, like those guys, they know music, you know. So things like albums, I was never exposed to that. I don't even know guys' first albums. Up until I grew up like grade 9, grade 10, like, okay, internet was starting to be prevalent. We didn't
Yeah.
have network like that.
Yeah.
So everything I knew was TV, Trace, and Channel O. Things like albums, like I'm saying, Never knew about those. Never knew about those. Um, until I moved. I'm not sure if I'm running in front of the train now, but let me just go.
It's your story, dog.
Yeah, until I moved. Like I was schooling in Marapyane in a government school, of course, and then grade 7 I went to type of model C school where you meet different people from different backgrounds, guys that know these things, you know. I had one friend, MK, he loved Kanye West so much. MK loved Kanye West so much. He put me on to Kanye West. Like, who's this, you know? And then I had SK. SK was a big musical influence with me because he convinced me that you can rap. Like, try rapping.
Yeah.
These guys are rapping, try rapping, even if it's you in your native, you know? Yeah, he plugged me on to all of those things. Or there's things like albums, there's websites where you can get music.
These were your friends now in high school?
And my friends in high school, they're not from the Bundu, you know.
Okay.
They come from, SK was from Limpopo, in Polokwane. Oh, no, MK was from here, was from Marapyane.
So, what, you went to a boarding school?
Yeah, but I was a day scholar because the boarding school is closer to Marapyane.
Okay.
I went boarding school grade 7. That's when we formed a friendship.
Okay.
But the music thing started properly in grade 8 when the niggas started having phones. And Bluetooth was starting, BBM, you know, all of those things. I'm like, okay, this is how it goes. And you can download beats and rap on. And they put me on, man. They put me on.
Okay, shout out to the homies, man. Like,
the homies are.
It's actually quite incredible how many like artists have such stories about like, if it wasn't for that homie, and you find that homie doesn't even make music anymore. He's not even on that page anymore. Like, shout out to the homies, man. Inspiring
and
us.
most of the time you find that the homie was even a better spitter.
Yeah.
SK was SK was me with the mic, and he was a singer too.
That's
but
true.
he never had the, he never went to record. You still want to say I want to do music, but SK, go to the studio, homie.
So that's like high school, right?
That's like high school.
Now you're like 27 years old,
Yes.
right? And I don't know, do you look at making music as a profession, or is it something that you look at as something that you do on the side? You know, like, where would you say you are right now in terms of...
Right now, I'm definitely going corporate with the music. It's a job for me now. It's a career now. It's a career that I'm molding. It's a solopreneurship for me.
So what I want to know, right, before we get into those details is like, because I think something has to switch on in your mind to realize, oh my God, I can, not that I can, but firstly, I want to do something with this ability, this talent, calling, whatever. What do you call it? Do you call it a calling, a talent, ability? Like, how do you look at what you do?
I call it the calling.
Okay.
Yes, I call it a calling. And you're asking me about the switch, when that switch happened.
When did you come to that realization?
I think I would say...
When did you answer the calling?
The calling I answered, I would say 2015. 2015 I answered the calling. That's when I'm like, you know what? This is not what I do.
What had happened?
I met homies that took it very serious.
You what?
I met homies that took it very serious.
Even more serious than the high school homies.
Yes. Now these guys are going to studio every day. These guys don't want to play soccer. I love soccer. If you know me, I love soccer. I play soccer. Every chance I can get to play soccer, I play soccer.
Really?
Niggas don't want to go play soccer. They want to go to the studio. Niggas want to wake up 11 o'clock, knock off 10 o'clock.
In every young man's life where he has to decide.
You got to hang the boots and hang the boots and go to the booth.
Yeah, the boots or the booth.
You know?
Yeah. Damn. Wow,
Yeah.
That's a tough position.
Yeah, the home is 1,000 degrees, man. 1,000 degrees.
Oh shit, that's your squad.
That's my homies. Those are my
Really?
friends.
I've
those
heard
are
of
my
those guys.
Yeah. You can if to do research, not to hop a cloud chase on people's name. Just do your research who 1,000 degree is and who wasn't there.
But I mean, we can talk about it, man. For me, I prefer to talk about it for context, right? Like, for those who might be watching and don't understand the context of 1,000 degrees, you correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like the crew that Aries came up with before even TWC.
Before TWC.
So those were your guys.
Those are my guys.
They're still your guys.
They're still my guys.
Okay, that's hard, man.
You
that's
know,
hard.
Yeah, yo.
Tell Words, I think he's got album of the year.
I will. I was with them Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, fire, man.
Nah, that's yo.
So even like, from how old were you guys at 2015?
2015. That's That's 2021, 21, 22. Yeah, 21, 22.
Okay.
21,
And
22.
niggas were already clocking into the studio like that.
Like that, yeah.
They
yeah,
were
yeah,
committed.
yeah.
They were passionate.
They were passionate, you know. I think Aries going out made them more made them believe that no, we can actually do this. No, besides
Okay.
Aries, the guys we were from Denville, Westview,
Yeah.
we already had Benchmark out.
Yeah.
You know, there's a nigga called BlackSanta. He's on.
I know
he's on.
BlackSanta.
Yeah, you know
He's a
BlackSanta.
local legend.
Yeah, that's a local legend.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
from
yeah.
the Gatti like that. You know, they had a lot of guys. I can't think. There's somebody I'm forgetting. They had regular joints. There's a house nigga.
Yeah.
So there are people around. That's the difference between being from the Bundu and being from an urban area.
Okay,
You can touch these guys.
Yes,
you know,
I
you can touch these
understand. I
guys. You can see
understand
that
what
it's
you mean.
possible, you know. Yeah. So niggas were clocking in and I'm like, oh, okay.
So for you, right? I mean, not to make the conversation about Aries, but I'm just trying to imagine that you're sitting there and you're looking at a guy that you used to hang out with regularly, keep reaching new levels with this thing, and you're like, oh my God, I can do this too. Is that what was going through your...
For me, disclaimer, when I came into the hood, that's when he went. That's when Kickin came out.
Okay.
So
okay.
I didn't
shit,
spend a lot of time. I don't have a...
But you could feel the energy.
Yeah, I have obviously met him a couple of times,
Okay,
you know.
okay.
And when he did come to the hood, he'll give us game, you know.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out, man.
You know.
Shout out to Aries, man.
But the guy that gave me that, and it's very recent. That's Words with this album, with the last album, a product of Pray Mother. He gave me that, like, yo, that's the homie, and he's moving like that.
Yeah.
You hit the number one.
Yeah.
I always tell him, man, like, yo, I'm fun. Inspiration. This is proper inspiration, you know. And you could see, okay, I can take this. And the beautiful thing is when the homies do come back, like I say, free game. Free game or gents. This is how you're supposed to.
This is how we move.
This is how we move, you know. But I think what you're talking about did a lot for the homies like that.
Yeah,
you know?
I can imagine, bro. I can imagine. So I want to understand. So seeing these guys running around at age 21, going into the ditching the books or the boots for the booth, were they making money? Were they making money that maybe you saw that shit, this can be a sustainable business, or you were like, damn, it's fulfilling me?
I think it was more for fulfillment. They were getting bookings there and there. It wasn't as prevalent as when the TWC was at its height, but yeah, it was fulfilling. The energy in the room was like, the music we make can get us paid.
Yeah.
And I think that was the driving force to say, hey, gents, let's keep at it. Let's keep at it. If we do it good enough, we're doing long enough, the money will slowly come in. And it did. By God's grace, it did. That's passion. We're very passionate about it, you know. And you know, going into the studio trying to be better than yesterday.
Yeah.
That was always the mandate. The gents, okay, we cooked the banger yesterday. Let's see what we can do today.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do tomorrow. Let's do it again for 5 days straight. And that's the 1,000 hours. Okay, and that's the 1,000 hours that those days really they molded me into
1,000 hours or 10,000 hours?
I think 1,000 because the 10,000 came after when you're alone and you got your own studio.
Okay.
Now I'm clocking the remaining
so you started clocking in the hours then?
Then, yeah, we started there,
and
you
then
know.
it became a personal
personal thing. It has to. It has to. It really has to, you know.
Yeah.
It really has to.
Okay, so like, let's make a parallel, right, about your life, because we know you're an artist now. Are you only an artist? Did you at some point maybe go and study something? If so, what? Are you prepared to tell us about that and how maybe it ties into your journey as an artist, if there is maybe a point of connection?
Yeah, no, by profession I'm a surveyor by profession. I did go to school,
kind of a surveyor?
Huh?
What kind
land surveyor. I'm a land surveyor.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit, nigga. Yo, man, I love you guys, man. You guys are the shit,
You
man.
know,
with your dumpy
we made
levels
civilization.
and your total stations. So
Exactly.
you're telling me you can operate a total station?
Bro, that's
Small things.
That's like switching on the mic.
That's
You know? Yeah, by
That's
profession I'm
crazy.
dead. By
That's
profession
crazy.
I'm dead. That's my 9 to 5. There isn't much connection between the two, but what I take from 9 to 5 into the Music is the professionalism,
Yes.
things like deadline. If I say
Yes.
I gotta do something, I gotta do it and
Yes.
finish and submit to the homie. So if I say, homie, I'm submitting this on Friday, I gotta make sure. And that's what corporate teaches
Yes,
you, not even
yes.
corporate, like working 9 to 5 teaches you. Any 9 to 5, it teaches you gotta be on time, respect time, professionalism, learn how to talk, know what to say, know everything. Everything.
I mean, I think it was 2 episodes ago I was saying to someone that I think it's important for an artist to work a job for some time.
I saw that interview, yeah.
I'm not saying you must quit your dreams,
no.
but I think you must go and get that discipline because, like, you've been working for how long now in that profession?
Since 2020.
Right, that's like a good almost 5 years, right? You can say. And like, bro, I can tell you now, without us even being in that situation, that you're not gonna come to the music business and think somebody you met today is your friend.
Nope.
You learned that at work.
You learned that at work. You can't work with him for 5 years. It's not your man.
And artists think because we're working together that we're friends, and I don't think. Then you find yourself in a Maporisa situation. You're getting porried because you thought this was your friend. It's not your friend.
That's not your friend.
It's just creative work is just sometimes so underrated that the individuals that create don't realize that you still need to approach it with professionalism.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can't be professionally creative.
I think I don't want to speak like I know all game, but I think.
Well, share it.
From the episode you're speaking about, you made a good point. You're like, you need to take what people learn from the job and put it into the work. Separate it from the creative side of things. You can be creative, but you must be productive.
Yes.
You must be professional.
Yes.
You must be
Yes.
You must
Otherwise, you're going to jump into this thing all willy-nilly thinking that everybody is your friend and whatever.
Entitlement kicks in. Now, niggas must give me things.
So let's talk about the game now, right? I just want to ask a broad question, man, and it's going to lead into its own.
The game.
What do you think about the game? Do you want us to define the game, maybe?
Let's give it. Yeah, let's give it.
Do you want to define it?
Me?
Yeah, for the sake of the conversation.
The game, when we talk about the hip-hop game, I'm talking from the creatives, the distributors, the platforms, the guys with the mind. And most importantly, the community. The community. That's the game for me.
All right, cool. So that's our running definition of the game in this conversation. Bookmark that. All right. With that being said, what do you think about the game, Doug?
I feel like it's in a healthy state. I always say this on Twitter. I feel like now more than ever, I haven't seen so many people, influential people, rooting for us as the creatives. They're in influential places, and they understand. For the first time in a long time, they understand the ground. Like you can't have, like a geologist. He won't tell you to build a type of foundation if he doesn't understand the ground. You understand? So if somebody is a geologist in the game, he needs to understand the ground. And the people that are rooting for us now, they understand the ground. Some have been in the ground before they moved in those positions. Some, they just have love for us and they want to see us do it good.
Who would you say is such a person?
I know Illy Host, I know Uber Eats, I know French Fry.
Shout out to Illy the host.
I know.
Shout out to Uber Eats. Shout
I know
out to
Rashid.
French Fry.
Rashid, I
know
Rashid. Yo, man.
Rashid K.
I know you know.
Okay, shout out to me.
I'm
one of those guys.
I might forget a lot. But
I'm a geologist of the game.
You're a geologist of the game. Niggas that understand what we need to build and how to build it, and how to build it. There are the independent guys are starting to see how to position their teams.
So do you think there's more or less gatekeeping than maybe in the 2015 that you really decided this shit was going to be your... I mean, I'm sure you've been watching the game since then. You've been participating in the game. Plus, you got homies who are in the game, on a different tier to most of us, right? What would you say? Like,
I think there's less gatekeeping and it's evident. very
What?
evident, you know.
Elaborate.
That's very
Please.
controversial, but yeah, everybody can go in, man. Everybody can go in. One song, you blow up one song, and then they start to check you. They can see there's no groundwork. You started making music last year, and then the brand doesn't last. You're in 1 year, next year you're out.
Yeah.
Because there is no training. It might not be media training or artist development,
Yeah.
but you haven't seen enough to know how to move in certain situations.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's
yeah.
very important, you
Yeah.
understand? That's less gatekeeping. You must check in the game, you must check the niggas that are at the top. The guys that were saying, okay, this is our guys now. Not the OG guys, not your KOs, like our guys, the guys that from the last 5 years, you know? They all have a history. And you must check the youngins that have hits, you know, that came in, they went out, came in, went out, started making music. They know how to make trends. They can crack your TikTok. They can crack your metrics, all of the metrics. They can crack it. They crack it, but they don't know how to move, man. They don't know how to move. You got one song, you're charging me a rider that's more expensive than your booking fee. The business model is not, the math is not math.
You're killing me.
You know?
Niggas love the rider, dog.
Niggas love the rider, bro. Niggas love the rider. I think it's a status signal. Like, yo, I'll be on the full table ride.
Look at me now.
Look at me now.
I'm getting
Look at me
riders.
now, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so like, would you say that? Okay, no, let me not ask it like that. Let me ask it for you, right?
Yeah.
Where do you put yourself now in the game, right? Where would you say you are? And I'm asking from the perspective of like, how do you want to, how are you handling your career? Do you feel empowered as an independent solopreneur artist, as you mentioned, or is there something that you're looking to get from someone, maybe an investor, be it a record label or whatever, that can help you elevate your career as an artist? What's your position in the game?
I think I'm just about to knock, you know? I'm just about to knock now.
To knock
Yeah,
on the door of
on
the game.
door. Yeah, I'm just about to knock, or maybe I knocked. The guy is still waking up from downstairs to come open for me, you know.
But you're definitely in the building.
I'm in the yard. I'm definitely in the yard, you know.
Yeah.
In terms of investors and looking for someone, you know, I was very anti being signed, anti being invested in, anti all of those things, you know. But it has to make sense, man. It gotta make sense. Like I'm saying, I'm 27, you know.
Yeah.
If I was 21, I would definitely jump on a record label. Now I'm 27. Soon enough, I'll be thinking
30.
about other things life-wise that I gotta
Yeah.
put in place.
Yeah.
And things like 360 wouldn't make sense. But there are some deals that would make sense, you know.
Yeah.
If I'm pushing now and I'm saying I'm knocking and then I knock for the next 2 years and nobody's opening,
Yeah.
and the guy from next door says, "Hey man, I'm Sony. Here's, give me 3 albums and you'll be out." I'm like, 3 albums in how long? 2 years. And you've given me everything? And it's yours after 3 years? Yeah. With the knowledge I have, I know I'll be able, not even the knowledge and the people around me, I bet I can find a way to leverage that 3 years. Even though they will be the major beneficiaries, but I'll benefit enough to be content. Like, the three albums that I gave away, they can have them.
Yeah.
But look at where I am now.
So you'd be looking at that as an opportunity to position yourself in the market.
No, then I misunderstood your question. I'm not positioning myself for that.
No, I mean, you take the deal to position yourself in the market so that maybe after the 3 years, you know that you have a fan base and
True.
you can now run from there.
100.
That's how you would set it up.
100.
Okay.
Of course, right now we're speaking because I'm not here and the deal is not here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when I'm in, that's what I would do. But
Yeah.
when I'm in, obviously some things might change. You'll be like, hey, maybe I want to go another 6 with these homies. You know? It's.
So you're open-minded.
I'm open-minded.
Yeah.
It has to make sense.
Yeah.
It has to make sense.
Okay. So does that mean that you have not so much trust in the root and potential or power in being an independent artist?
I do. I think in this day and age, if you're gonna be a powerhouse independent artist, you'll have a setup that looks like a record label.
Yeah.
You will have a setup that looks. You're gonna have a manager. You're gonna have somebody that's connected to some way. At the end of the day, that's a record label structure. You know, you might not have all the money and the push, but there's a structure. But now the difference is you are putting in the work to put those structures in place. And that's not easy for everybody to do. You know, that's not easy. So if I'm in there for 3 years, I'm learning how to put those structures in place. Who I need to know, where I need to know, how to go, where to, you know? Yeah.
Okay, yo, man, I like that, man. I like that you have answers to all of these questions about the game, but also you're humble enough to say that, you know, you're in that ever learning process, because the game is always evolving, dog.
The game always evolving.
And that's the thing that I think kills artists a lot, is that we're still judging the game by 2020 standards. 2020 was 4 years ago. You understand? Like, a lot has changed. TikTok is big now.
Big.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, sorry to interrupt your viewing with this message. I just have to say, we over here at The Culture really appreciate your support, but we'd appreciate it a little bit more if you'd hit that subscribe button, because it does matter to us. Subscribe to The Culture channel on YouTube and help us to grow our subscriber base, viewership and views on YouTube. We'd really appreciate that. Also, catch us every Sunday at 442 and in the CBD. Every Sunday, 442 CBD. We got you. It's The Culture. Now back to the regular scheduled programming. I want to ask you, what is the biggest piece of game maybe you can give to a listener of this podcast right now? Free game. You don't have to give away the whole game, but if you are talking to your peers, I mean, which you are, I'm your peer.
Yeah.
You know?
Free game.
Yeah.
Well, and you said one.
Yeah, one piece of game you'd give to artists right now.
Package yourself correctly.
Package yourself.
Package yourself correctly, man. Not to the highest level. Pay niggas to do your artworks. Pay niggas to mix and master your shit. Pay niggas to take your pictures. If you can't do some of those things yourself, do them. But the package has to make sense. You know? Yeah, the package. That's when you go to the store and you buy the blue Dorito over the red for the first time, you don't know about them. Besides the flavor that you might like, but the package. Oh, let's just say, two brands, different packaging. They sell the same flavor.
Yeah.
Same price.
Yeah.
The one that looks more appealing to the eye, you buying that.
I always make that analogy of bread, right? Like, the recipe to make bread is the same. The reason I choose Sesco over Albany is the packaging.
The packaging. I like what I see.
Yeah, exactly. And that niggas don't understand that. But I want to elaborate. Maybe we can have a moment where we're exchanging game.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're not going to understand how to package yourself as an artist if you don't understand who you're packaging it for.
Okay.
So
True.
I think one thing artists tend to take for granted is the study of their fans, the people who like their shit. When you go out and you perform, right? Are you taking note of the people who got up and sang along with you? What do they look like? What age bracket are you in? And also, not to mention that Spotify gives you the analytics. Even if there's 5 people listening, right? You can still tell which 5 people are listening to what, from where, and what they look like in terms of age, what cell phone they use. All that information is available to you. So, like, you know, those two go hand in hand.
Always.
The packaging and understanding who your fans are.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
What do they call it in market research?
Yes,
Market
exactly.
research.
You know, you don't just put on a mic, export the MP3 and think the song is just going to sell because you're a good rapper. No, bro. You actually have to put in some thought.
You have
conscious effort into this thing. You know?
And that's game as well, you know. That's one of the things we should put in the definition of game to
Yeah.
say where are our analytics as the game, you know,
Yeah.
where are we touching, you know.
Yeah.
And that's true, man. I don't think I have anything to add on what you just said, because that's exactly what it is. You need to sit down with your numbers.
So
you
let
know.
me add.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm adding it in your direction,
Okay.
right? And I think, you know, you're an artist who's on a good path currently, right? Now we want to talk about your upcoming show here at Kulcha Sundaze, right? I feel like I should ask you some questions about that. One, have you ever held a show before?
Yes.
Okay, so-
I have 2016 had no hits, had badly mastered songs.
Ish.
But what I had was, I always wanted to be a show artist. Me and Mutsi, the nigga I started rapping with, this the guy I'm always with. If you check my Instagram name is Moshcar Evo. Mutsi Evo. When we're together, we're evolution. We started this together. We're still together. That's my brother.
Okay.
It's fun.
Shout out
always.
to Mutsi.
That's before I go into your question. That's the most complete artist I know.
Concrete.
Complete. He draws well, produces well. You give him anything artistic, he'll find a
He'll
way around.
execute
Yo,
with excellence.
with excellence. Like that
Yo,
that
shout
nigga
out
made me
Mutsi,
believe
man.
that this shit
I
is
I
got,
like it when niggas say those type of things about other niggas, man.
yo,
You know what I'm saying? That's dope.
But anyway, sorry, what was the question again? Oh, upcoming show. I have a 2016 or 17.
yeah.
Put up a lineup. Went to some Chinese tavern here in town. I'm like, guys, can you give me some time? I just need like 5 hours of your regular time. I can see it's not popping on a Saturday. This is it should be going. I can bring you 50 people that are gonna buy. They're like, all right, come in. You know, the Chinese, they're like, 50? And we went. When we get there, they act like we didn't speak, but we forced our way in. They're like, they wanna bring that DJ to play. I'm like, but I had a lineup and I've been coming here the whole week to discuss this
Really?
thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
But yeah, they came in. So my crowd plus their normal crowd, it looked like a Minnesota show. I think I did over 100 people. Unknown, relatively unknown. I'm like, we love this. I'm a show nigga. And me and Mutsi tried another one there by the Bundus, but I guess, yeah, it went well because we're trying to put the youngins on, but I guess, you know.
Did you make any money?
We didn't make any money because we were trying to put niggas on. We were trying to sell, also we were trying to make it known that we have a tape out, you know.
But would you say it was successful?
No, that one, yeah, it's success to some extent because people did come, you know. And we in the Bundu, they don't.
Did strangers come?
Strangers did come, you know. They don't fuck with hip hop like that,
Okay.
you know.
At
They
the
don't fuck
venue?
with, no, at the home.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's that bad. Like me and Muta are the first hip hop niggas to come out like that. Like we don't have OGs. That's how
where
bad.
are you coming
Yeah,
from?
we don't have OGs. We don't have.
You're the OGs.
You understand? We don't have people that say they were niggas who rapped, and the people who like rap were coming from other places and they're staying there. But anyway, and then another show. I think that was the last one I did.
Okay.
But I always had.
So, I just want to say something in the context of the chat, right?
Yes.
I feel like an artist who has done such a thing, I don't think you should look at yourself as maybe the event wasn't successful,
Okay.
right? Because you did something, right? And a lot of people don't. A lot of people wait for someone to do something for them, right? So shout out to you for that.
I'm taking that.
I think no, you should, man. I think an artist who's going to listen to this and maybe might be inspired by that history and the story you're about to tell now needs to make this small amendment to their idea that maybe you didn't at the time, right? Remember talking about your fan base.
Yes.
If you had taken contacts that day, you would have been able to grow with those people.
Yes.
Right? And taking context gives you confidence to do it again. Right? Because now you know, even if it's 10 people, you know that I have 10 people who I can communicate with directly, who fuck with what I do. Right? And those people, you ask them to bring another one. Guess what? The next time it's 20.
It's 20,
And
yeah.
if those 20 come and they like it, and you tell those 20 to bring another one, that's 40. And that's how you build a fan base.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So your show is coming up, dog.
show is coming
Tell us a
up.
bit about your upcoming show, which is going to be a success.
I receive.
Yeah. What is it called? What is it about? Who's on the lineup? What are we doing? Tell me everything,
Everything.
my nigga.
So I'm dropping a mixtape, Rookie of the Year mixtape. I'm going in with this one. Give me the ticket to this mixtape. It's called Los Bundus. To give context, Los Bundus, you know, I am from the Bundus, and Los, I took it from Los Angeles. So this is just a state of being from the Bundus and being inspired by the people from the Los Angeles and all your Kendricks, like I was saying, like the people from the state. It's just a hip-hop nigga from the Bundus, you know. So I'm doing a launch for that. I'm selling that directly. It's gonna cost 50 rands before I put it on your Spotify's and your DSPs for obvious reasons. You know, we're trying to make money with these
Yeah,
things.
this is a business, man.
We're trying to, you know. So don't be hesitant to buy that. It's quality. The launch will be on the 10th of March, 2024, right here, 442. Pretoria
Kulcha
Central.
Sundaze.
Culture Sundaze.
Moshcar
Thank you to the
takeover.
Culture Sundaze for plugging me with the venue. I got G-Tech on the lineup. I got IMP the Don. I got Muti, my homie, on the lineup. I got Tamfu Sensei. I got Trophy. Trophy's doing very well. That's one of my favorite artists right now. I got Krish. He made a comeback to the main music game. I think this is gonna be his first show since he came back. He took a young hiatus, my boy. I got Ghost the Trap Bully, the biggest trapper in the city. Yo, got OT Savage. OT Savage is a young boy that I discovered. Well, I didn't discover. They put me onto him. And like, listen to this homie, man. Like, bring him in. You'll hear him. OT Savage and Fana Pitbull come through. There's a lot, and there's some homies. We got Bra Smooth on the ones and twos. We got Rose by Waves on the ones and twos.
Yo, this is looking like a cooler Boxing Day type of lineup, man.
Boy, we come. 25 rand on web tickets, 40 rand at the door.
Yeah.
We might take it to $100. Carolina Bay half.
So what can you tell us about the tape? But I want to ask something, right?
Yes.
Also, because I was checking out your music online,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I only saw like 4 songs. So is this your first ever project that you're putting out, or is there some admin?
Yeah, I have a solo tape. Wait, let me put it like this. Me and Mutia's Evolution, we have Groovy Niggas from the Ville. I think we dropped that 2018. There was 7 songs. And then I came through with Vibes Can't Fade. These 2 are not on DSPs. Vibes Can't Fade was 8 songs. Why it wasn't on DSPs? The guy that was mastering the tape was like, no, man, I advise you not to put it because of quality-wise, your recording was kind of, you know? And when I do go back, I'm like, all right, I hear. But when you're in there, when you are within, you can, you're like, nah, this is perfect. But when you go back with the clearer air, you can hear that. And then we came back, Muti dropped his solo tape, Dummy. That's on DSPs. And then we dropped Marapyane to the World under the Evolution name. That's on DSPs. Muti came back with Damia, the sequel to his first. He first dropped Dummy and then dropped Damia. I call this mine because it's from home.
Yeah,
it's from the Evolution
yeah.
music
That's your
group,
brother, though.
you know.
Yeah.
And then this will be my first full project on DSPs.
Okay,
And
fire.
I think I did it purposely. I could have re-uploaded the first tape on it, but I'm like, you know what? Let me work, man. Let me work.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
work. It's gonna look like a desperate move.
Yeah.
Let me just switch off this alarm.
Okay. Yo, okay. So is that why you're calling it Rookie of the Year? Because
Yeah,
it's your first real attempt.
Attempt at going at it.
Okay. Any features we must look out for that are exciting, maybe? Or what's your? I don't know what to ask, man. Is there your favorite track on the project?
Favorite track?
Favorite feature? What should the people be looking out for?
The people should be looking out for.
And why should they come
stories.
to the show?
Let's start with the tape. The people should look out for stories. They should look out for a balanced tape. If you want hits, bangers, club bangers, street bangers, they will be there. If you're looking at more personal songs that they love, I have 2 love songs in there. They're beautiful. They're very beautiful. One I wrote completely. I just had a girl sang it, Rua Barbie sang the whole for me. I wrote. That's one of my favorite songs that I wrote. Features I got IMP.
Can we expect rapidy raps?
Rapidity raps. Hey, one, yeah, nah, nah, no rapidity raps.
Okay.
Why? Go back to your conversation. My people, the people, my core fan base don't gravitate towards me when I do that. So what I do, cause I love rapidity raps, I do freestyles on my Instagram and I put it out for them to go there when they want that type of Moshcar day.
Okay.
But musically, I wanted to, cause the people that gravitate to what the rapidity raps also love the other stuff.
Okay.
So they are dual market.
Okay, that's
So
cool. That's cool.
I gotta make the music.
So you find yourself being satisfied because you're doing
Yeah.
what you want.
Yes.
On both levels.
On both levels. You
Okay,
know, I got
that's-
IMP the Dawn, I got Ghost, I got Muzi, of course. Muzi on most of the production as well. I got Shumberto on the production, I got Side on the production, I got Real Barbie on one song, I got Salvation, I got Tamfu Sensei, I need to send him that. Yeah, I think those are all my features. Those are all my features.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're of course excited about releasing it to the world.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I hope they receive it the way I put it together. But I know for sure it's gonna grow on people. You're gonna listen it to this week, and you're gonna have one favorite, and then next week you're like, hey, there's a new one.
You know, like when I was listening to that rotation of 4 songs that you have on online that I found.
Yes.
Right? I actually, at first, I was like, yo, man, this is all right. But because I was repeating them, I was like, yo, but this guy is actually really good, man. And, you know, of course, some of the lingo I don't necessarily get.
Yes.
But, I mean, you definitely do communicate that vibe. The song I like the most, I think I'm going to say the title wrong. But no, let me not embarrass myself. But is it Set?
On set.
On Set, yes,
Set.
yes, On Set. And that's an older one, right?
That's an older one.
Yeah, I like that song, man, yeah. And Quarter to Drop.
Yeah.
And what does it mean to be starchy?
Starch is when you're rocking new things. When you
Okay.
buy something new. When you know.
Okay.
So
So if you're starchy, you're dripping.
besides dripping,
It has to be new.
It could be a car. You
Okay.
you just touched the car. It could be, you know.
Okay.
So the idea was
You
like how
touched
you
the
feel when
car.
you buy something new. Obviously, because we are rappers, we like the drip. Most of the concept we're talking about the starch and drip, you know. But yeah, I think that's my biggest song to date.
Okay.
Yeah, the numbers wise, that's my biggest song to date. But there was a song, Fede Fede. Fede Fede went crazy back in the day. Fede Fede went crazy. Just I wasn't taking out the analytics and we had data file. I think I did 2,000 downloads on data file, but they took it down, you know.
Eish.
But yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that, but you know that's what it is. That's the
what it
game.
is.
It does happen, man. I'm sure. Hey, niggas have lost a lot of shit
yeah.
in the times.
Computers crashing,
Yeah,
you know.
but I'm looking forward to hearing Rookie of the Year, dog, for real.
Los Bundus.
And yeah,
Once I tell you.
yeah, it's called Los Bundus Rookie of the Year.
No, Rookie of the Year is me claiming that I'm going to be the Rookie of
on
the Year
Los
this
Bundus.
year.
Okay. Now I understand. All right, I like that, man. I really like your confidence, man. And
Yeah.
you know, you really strike me as a sharp dude who is gonna get it however way, no matter what happens. You know, and that's determination, man. You gotta believe in yourself.
You got to.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to.
But speaking of believing in yourself, right? I want to ask: have there, on your journey as an artist, have there been instances where maybe you doubted yourself because of a certain challenge that you faced? What kind of challenges have you faced that have made you question maybe whether this is for you, being an artist?
Between onset and there was a Afrobeat song I did called No Cause and Fade Fade. I was dropping like one songs, you know, and I was just dropping to drop music, you know, because just after Fade Fade, because, you know, there's this thing, man, and I think I had to get that rude awakening, you know. A good song is not going to take you where you think it should, you know. It's really the work that does, you know, because Fade Fade was going crazy, brother. Like crazy. And I thought, hey, this is my meal ticket, you know. But I can see nothing's going. I'm not even getting bookings. If I want a booking, I have to ask for a booking. And I'm like, yo, what's happening?
So what do we call that? We call that a false start.
It's a false start, you know? It was a false start.
Your first big discouragement was a false start.
Yeah, I'm like,
you thought you were onto something, but it didn't work out.
It didn't work
the way
out. So
you expected
obviously
it to be.
the self-critique came. I'm like, hey, am I really this nice, you know?
You know that line from Kanye?
What is it?
Dog, I was having nervous breakdowns. Like, damn, these niggas that much better than me.
No. Shout out Mr. West, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's a real thing.
That's
dog.
a real thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? You took it slow, you slow down, you go back home, take some different challenges away from the music, you recharge, and then you start learning, you know, and then from learning you get new perspectives, and then from perspectives you get new energy. From new energy you get new motivation. And then once you get momentum, get the rain, you know. But yeah, I was 2019, 2020 I was up because I stopped doing music. No, I didn't stop making music. I'm lying. We did the tape. We did Marapyane to the World. After Marapyane to the World as well, I just discouraged because that Marapyane to the World was also a hardest tape. I should give you the link. You should listen to that. We really cooked.
Okay, yeah, put me on, dog. I'd love to hear more.
Yeah, you know. And that also made me feel, I'm not sure about music. He can speak for himself if he does come one time.
Yeah.
Hey, I felt like it should have put out in a different space, yo, because we really cooked. That was high-end music, especially from guys from where we are.
Yeah. Where there was no example, you had to be your own example.
Yeah, but the discouragement, and then I started, the professional side took a toll. I couldn't balance things. Well, I thought I couldn't balance, but it was just like I was just prioritizing other things.
Yeah.
You come back from work, you're tired, you're like, hey man, you know, you sleep
and
like
you're a young
work.
man, the streets are calling.
You know, you don't have much liability. You don't have a cat and dog. The money's coming.
Hey,
you know, you starching. The honeys are looking at you. Now you prioritizing the wrong things. You know.
But I have a question for you. But it might be a bit deep because it's going back to the game.
They gotta know us. They gotta know who we are.
I like to call it the Russ model. You know Russ, right?
No, Russ. Oh, Russ. Yeah, the singing Russ. Yes.
And he's a rapper and a producer.
And the free game giver.
Free game giver. And that's the angle I'm coming from, right? Have you ever asked yourself how Russ got on?
1,000 mixtapes.
That's one way, right? That's one side of it.
Yeah, that's the one I know. Like, yo, 1,000 mixtape, guy, you going?
So the other side of it, right? Which is something I realized that I feel that responsibility to make a conversation out of this. And I'm also not like telling you what to do, right? I'm just trying to show that as artists, we are more empowered than we've ever been today, right? And that's because of the way the game is structured, right? I'm saying that to say I assume you're permanently employed where you are, right?
Yes.
And you've been employed for a while.
Yes.
The Russ model, right, is to bet on yourself. So Russ didn't wait for a record label to come and find him, right? Russ started generating an income from making music through shows because he was smart enough to identify where those songs and those mixtapes were being listened to the most. And he was able to go there and be able to generate an income. What he was able to do with that is prove to the bank that what? I have an income.
Ooh.
And what did he do with that? He took out a loan. And he invested in himself. He bought all the high features that he wanted that would help take him to the next level. That's why Russ, if you ask me, is the new blueprint of an artist. So I'm not challenging you to do it. I'm just saying, think about it, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you know, why would you take a loan maybe to get a house that you're going to pay off over 20 years when you can, if you really believe in yourself, why wouldn't you take out a loan in your name to boost your career?
Why wouldn't you?
That's all I'm saying.
Why wouldn't you?
That's all I'm saying. That's the Russ model. Why you wouldn't do it is because every artist is always waiting for someone else to come and help them. You know what I'm saying? No one is going to save you.
Nobody's going to save
Like you can't be thinking about the game the way it was played in 1970, where you have to be discovered to have a chance at being a successful artist. A successful artist is not even an artist charting. It's an artist who's able to dream of something and then put it into reality and make an income out of it. Sustainable. Whether that sustainable income is 20K or 200,000. If you can work according to that and invest in yourself, you're a successful artist. So I think artists must also define success for themselves.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But if you really believe in yourself, I want to challenge not you, but like any artist. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you doing that? If you got a job, you've been working for more than 3 months, why haven't you applied for a loan to bank on yourself?
On yourself.
Because we all know that you need money to get somewhere. Or are you waiting to be an industry plant? You're waiting for somebody to put money behind
Controversial chat.
It's a controversial chat. Do you think we must just cut it there?
No, the industry plant one. The industry plant one. No.
Do you want us to?
Go.
Do you want
No,
us
I
to
like
have it?
where you're going with this.
Yeah,
you know?
man. I'm just saying. Like, I mean, to take out a loan for even 20K, right? 20K. You pay off 20K in
12 months.
In 12 months, bro. But what will that do for your career? You understand? Like, you'll have money to pay for ads. The thing is, you need to know what to do with the money.
Money first.
That's another thing.
The education.
Yeah.
The education.
Yeah. So that's one thing that's been burning on my
smart,
chest.
you know. That's very smart, you know.
Yeah.
That's very smart. But I want to ask you, you know.
Go for it.
At what point? Okay, I get the belief. I believe in myself, you know.
Yeah.
Get my Moshcar, I believe in myself. It doesn't mean I'm dope, but I believe in myself. I'm employed. I take 20K. I put it. I know what to do with the 20K. But the music don't hit. The packaging is not appealing, you know. When do I know, okay, as an artist, musically, sonically, my music is ready to be for me to take. It's not even a risk for me to take a loan and do all of these moves that I need to do.
Okay.
Who says, or when do you say, okay, I'm ready? Okay, I'm ready.
I think the answer's in the question, dog. Only you say.
Only you say.
Yeah. And I think you shouldn't put yourself in a box and be so critical of yourself and ask, will people like it? I like to make this analogy. It might be broad, but it's true. There are just over 8 billion people in the world. You mean to tell me you can't convince one person that your bullshit packaging, your shitty lyrics, all of that is good enough?
I hear you.
You understand? All those things that you criticize yourself on, there's someone who's prepared to take it just the way it is.
It is.
And that's why I would say it's important for you as an artist to express yourself the way you want to, because there's someone waiting to receive it. Your job is to create and to find that person. Those are your jobs.
Amen. Amen.
That's what I think. I hope that answers your question.
It does.
Yo, Moshcar, I think we've chatted for over an hour, man.
I want to go for another.
You want to go for another?
But
But you know, the show has to go on.
Yeah. I wanted to say something.
Or do you want me to bring up something?
No, I got it.
Okay.
It's to go back to if you have ever had a show before.
Yeah.
And this ties in with what to do with the money, or what to do creatively to make money. To you know, in 2020 lockdown, I had a show on Instagram Live called BlackSanta's Music Club. Like I say, you know, when I introduce myself, I say BlackSanta himself.
Okay.
So what I would do, I'll prepare the show, get an artist, put them on, interview them, play their music, do the research like you do, listen to their music, pick a few songs that I like, and then we play on the songs, ask them questions, like an interview, you know?
Yeah.
And when we came out of lockdown, I'm like, yo, I need to put money into that, you know?
Yeah.
But there was no way where I can make money off Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, this is such a barrier. For the people that always ask me what happened to the show, this is what happened to the show.
But
I can't bring it back because I can't make money off Instagram.
They've updated it. Now people can send you gifts in the form of cash.
Is our South African market preview to that?
Yeah.
They know how to send. Have you gotten a gift on the live?
I've never tried it. but there are people doing it in this
should
country
try.
for sure. Even on TikTok. TikTok even
Yeah,
worse.
TikTok is worse. I know TikTok.
You know, that's another thing, man. The game has evolved so much. You should be having that show on TikTok.
On TikTok, yeah.
And then you'll see how impactful it is, really.
Yeah.
TikTok, I watched this video on YouTube. 15 harsh truths artists must accept. One of them is that TikTok is not going anywhere.
Yeah, we gotta adapt.
You can see the conversation happening between TikTok and
Universal.
UMG.
Yeah.
Because TikTok is pulling its weight. You're not going to bully us.
Yeah.
And UMG is like, well, you're not going to bully us. You know what I'm saying? So it's now a battle of the giants.
The battle of the giants.
And unfortunately, you know, when elephants fight, it's the grass that gets hurt, you know.
Unfortunately.
But I also think it's a great opportunity for independent artists. I just think that there'll be a small window because they are going to strike a deal again inevitably.
Yes.
But in this window,
just,
you know, niggas
go.
have to jump on.
Go.
Moshcar, it's been a pleasure and a privilege to have you. All the best on your journey.
Thank you, man.
See you at the launch of Rookie of the Year, Los Bundus, which is bringing you out as Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that heavy-ass lineup, man. I saw a trophy on there. I saw Imp the Dawn. I'm excited.
IMP the Dawn. He gonna kill you. IMP the Dawn.
I saw my guy G-Tech. Man, I love all those niggas, for real,
Man,
dog.
those
That's
guys
real.
They're doing wonders for
Victory
themselves.
legends.
Already.
Before we bounce, dog, can you tell the people where to find out more about you, how to follow you on socials, etc., etc.? Plug yourself.
Moshcar _Evo. Moshcar is MOSHCAR _EVO. That's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's TikTok. Facebook, just search Moshcar, you'll find me. Yeah, tickets in my bio. Tickets everywhere. You can search it on web tickets.
We're going to put the ticket link on the video of this in YouTube.
On
so
YouTube, we'll link the link.
For sure.
Yeah, let's follow me.
Even
I
if
follow
you don't
back.
plan on being there, support the boy. You can see the guy's got a dream, man. We need to
Please
support
come support. 25 rand on web tickets. It's going to be 40 rand at the door.
40 rand at the door.
Chop 5 fella, you know.
Here at Kulcha Sundaze, 442, 10 March.
10 March 2024.
Yeah.
You come. It's a Sunday, but we got you.
Moshcar, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
I appreciate you, dog. Shout out to Islo Studios for making the visuals happen. We appreciate you. Much love. It's the culture.